Hallo. Kaffee? Ich trinke leider mehr Kaffee, als gut für mich ist.
Two highly specialized police officers, both with very different personalities, who can't stand each other, have no social life, are forced to work together to solve a case, and they spend more time trying to fight each other at the beginning than they do fighting the bad guys, but then eventually they have to sort of like each other a little bit, relinquish control and like each other to really get the job done.
Ich glaube, diese Person ist schwer verhaltensgestört.
Nein, arbeiten Sie einfach mit ihr. Sie ist ein Spitzenkopf.
Verfickte Scheiße!
Das FBI ist dafür zuständig.
Nein, hier sind Sie nicht.
Hören
Nein,
Sie auf.
Hier auch nicht.
Hören Sie auf, Mullins.
Was macht sie da?
Sie sucht meine Eier.
Hat einer die Eier vom Captain gesehen? Schwer zu finden, etwa so groß. So ganz winzig kleine, klitzekleine Mädcheneier. Also wenn kleine Mädchen Eier hätten.
If you met the two main characters in your life, who could you be better friends with?
I don't know. I don't think I would get along with Ashburn very well. She's just a little too annoying. I think probably Melissa's character, Shannon. I like people like that. I like people who just don't mince words, that are in your face, tell the truth, very blatant about it. I love people like that. So my character's just a little too annoying.
That's funny. I would probably, weirdly, I would probably get along with Sandra's character a little bit better, just because her character's a little more like me. We're trying to always kind of analyze the situation and trying to figure out the best way to go about something. And I think Melissa's character would have no patience for me.
Du wirst langsam echt schwer, Rojas. Lüg mich nochmal an und du rutschst mir durch meine viel zu zarten Hände.
Okay, da ist ein Lagerhaus in der Summer Street.
Jetzt bin ich ja schon fast enttäuscht.
Zieht mich hoch.
Gut, komm, ziehen wir ihn rauf.
Nein, warte mal, ohne Scheiß, ich kann ihn wirklich nicht mehr halten.
Was?
Ich kann ihn nicht raufziehen.
Kacke, zieht mich hoch.
Den Kopf auf die Brust legen und den Körper möglichst locker lassen.
Shady, warte.
Gott, so ein Mist.
Zieh mich hoch. Zieh mich hoch.
Oh.
Do you in private watch a lot of movies and a lot of comedies?
Not so much, because there aren't that many good ones. I mean, there really aren't. I mean, you try. You always, anytime another one comes, you try, and I've made some stinkers, and you don't set out to make a stinky film. It just, sometimes you're not funny. But I like darker films. I like more independent films, smaller films. But, I mean, I just saw Superman. So, I mean, it's been a long time since I've seen a movie like that. Mm-hmm. But, right now I seem to be watching a lot of children's movies. So that's pretty much the selection we have at home, are more children's movies than adult movies.
Can you name a few of the favorite comedies of all time?
No, I'd say they go back to the 30s and 40s, anything with Katharine Hepburn in it, Spencer Tracy, because they were smart and they didn't have to be politically correct. They did things back then that we wouldn't dare try now, but it was sharp and it was funny and it was great dialogue written for people who had extraordinary rhythms and talents. There weren't big explosions. There was always a really nice house, some gorgeous gowns, but very, very sharp wit. So anything that took place in the 30s and 40s, even in the 50s, they were great, where there were women allowed to be sharp and funny in comedies. And it's been a while since it's been allowed to be that way.
I 100% agree. That was a time when strong, funny women were in these lead roles. I mean, Katharine Hepburn and Rosalind Russell and, Barbara Stanwyck could be funny at times, but they were just they weren't afraid of strong women. And I feel like, especially comedy in Hollywood has gotten to be such a boys' club that a lot of boys have a different opinion of women. They kind of look at them like mom who comes in and says, stop playing around, or the wife who says, come home, and so I think women have been stuck in those roles of being kind of, the bitchy girlfriend or the mean wife, and it's not fair. I mean, there's so many funny women that should be in these roles, so I 100% agree with her on that.
Do you think we had to go too mainstream in the genre of the comedy?
I think, I don't think anyone thought women would be accepted if they weren't ladylike in comedy. And I think it took great improv actors who also were great writers and happened to be female to say, that's it. We're going to write our own scripts. We're going to make our own movies. We're going to do a rougher edged comedy. And I think those are the girls of, Saturday Night Live. Kristen Wiig had to write her own movie to get the comedy she loved made, and that was Bridesmaids. Allowed people like Melissa to have the freedom to express themselves and not worry about not being ladylike, and that's liberating.
What about TV series? Do you watch a lot of them? Are you addicted to any
Again,
series?
I was addicted to Downton Abbey. Unfortunately, season 3 has not come to the United States yet. Oh no, season 4 has not come to the United States. Is it season 3 or season 4? Either one. So I mean, I can get addicted to things like that I can steal moments and watch. But again, when you have a little person, you don't really have the luxury of watching a lot of TV and getting addicted, because you're going to miss the show you love and then you'll be angry. So again, if it has a cartoon figure in it or it's a learning movie for a 3-year-old, then that's what we're watching at home.
Ich bin eine Bundesagentin, Special Agent.
Special wie behindert? Und bist du ein Mädchen oder ein Junge?
Ich bin weiblich.
Ohne Scheiß.
Ganz Frau.
Von Geburt an? Keine Operation?
Seit der Geburt, ja.
Wie kriegst du es hin, dich so glatt zu rasieren?
Studios always get a little nervous about it, even though R-rated comedy is proving to be quite commercially successful. It hasn't been in the past, and so they will always generally kind of default to wanting to make it more of a PG-13 movie. And even with this one, I know the studio was a little nervous, but I was like, it's the only way I can make it, because if for no other reason, there's nothing funnier than Melissa McCarthy when she's swearing. So.
Was ist so lustig?
Du, wenn du glaubst, ich würde reden.
Ja, du redest doch schon, du Vollspacken.
Du siehst aus wie ein Kind aus der Campbell-Suppenwerbung, das heute Alkoholiker ist.
Oh, überraschend gehässig. Du verficktes Genie.
Ich hatte gesagt, warten Sie draußen. Diesen Kerl muss man hart an. Haben Sie das denn nicht schon getan?
Nein, wir machen guter Kopf, böser Kopf.
Wisst ihr, ich kann euch hören.
Halt die Klappe.
Na schön, nur bitte tun Sie nichts völlig Verrücktes.
Ich mach nie was völlig Verrücktes. Was sollte ich auch schon Verrücktes machen? Ich bin Police Officer, hä? Also soll ich ihm den Schwanz wegschießen?
Can you recall the first time you went to a movie theater?
Yes. Friends of my mom, they were on a date. They took me, I think I had to have been like 3. And they were showing Yellow Submarine with the Beatles. I was in a little crinoline dress. It was really itchy and it was annoying. And I was so angry to be there because I couldn't get comfortable. But by the end of the movie, I remember how magical it was with the music and with the animation that they had, the submarine things. And so that was the very first movie I saw, and I fell in love. Because we weren't allowed to watch TV at home. It wasn't, it was a long time we didn't have visual entertainment like that in our household. So that was the first movie I saw.
Can you, as Sandra Bullock, still go to a movie theater in private and watch a movie with
Just
other
did this
people?
weekend.
You did? Mm-hmm. And did people recognize you?
No one cared. You know what? You do it in normal life. We don't do it when we're on a press tour. You just do it in normal life, and you try to carve out moments that are absolutely benign and boring, and mundane, and like going to the movies and things like that. It's not easy and fun when you're followed by a camera because you can't let your guard down. But all the time you get moments of just normalcy. Yeah, so this weekend.
I love going to the movies. I find it very fun. What I like about movie theaters is that shared experience. So either with a comedy to be laughing with a lot of people around you, or for the spectacle of a large film. I'm excited about Elysium. I'm very excited about Pacific Rim. Looks very cool to me. I like those big spectacle films. But also Woody Allen has a new movie coming out that I think looks great too. So if something looks good, I'll go.